Hi guys, my name is Stefano. Welcome back to the channel where I talk to you guys about health, wellness, and self-improvement, and I'm your guinea pig. So I go through the motions, I go through the experiences, and I do the research so that you guys can benefit from the research and the experiences I've had. So for today's video, I want to do something about, we are all sitting down most of the time, especially during COVID these days, or if you're working in front of a desk, or if you're watching TV, you're sitting in a car all the time. What happens very often is that sitting position, you get used to it and you end up having a bad posture. So what exactly happens when you're sitting down all day? Well, let me show you guys exactly what happens. We're all sitting down, say you're at your car or you're watching TV or you're at your desk and you're working on your computer. What will happen most of the time is, if you don't have an ergonomic setting, is that you will slouch your shoulders forward. So that means you're protracting your shoulders forward, you're bringing your neck forward, and you're often like this working on your desk, or you're on your remote, or if you're in your car, sometimes you're sitting like this. So there's two things that happen when you do this. You have muscles that are overactive, and then you have muscles that are underactive. What does that mean? Overactive muscles just means that they are shortened, and they are always contracted. And underactive muscles are stretched out and they are maintained in an extended position for a long time. So what does that mean? Which muscles are overactivated? So that's the chest muscle, the front deltoids. You also have, sometimes you elevate your shoulders when you're working on your desk. So that means this one is also overworked. So that means this one, your chest, your deltoid, your upper muscle, you're contracted. So those are overactivated. What is also overactivated and what is shortened after you're sitting for a really long time is your psoas muscle. And this is a muscle that's inside of your abs in your core area, and where it's connected from your vertebrae, so your lumbar vertebrae, down to your femur. So it goes from back here down to here, and it attaches your leg to your back. So when you're sitting down like this, that muscle is always shortened and it stays in a very short position. So those are the muscles that are overactivated. The muscles that are underactivated are those that are lengthened. So I'm protracted like this. My inferior trapezoids down here, your medial trapezoids, and your rhomboids, which connect your scapula to your vertebrae. What else is underactivated is your erector spinae, which is the muscle that is connecting your whole vertebrae together all the way up to your neck. And also your glutes are very much underactivated. So what do we want to do to alleviate this problem? First of all, first thing to do is when you're sitting in these positions, you want to make sure that you're in an ergonomic position. So try to keep your back straight. There's plenty of devices nowadays that you can attach to your back that will help you, remind you to stay straight and to have your elbows at a 90-degree angle normally, and then just to have your screen a bit higher. So that's number one. Number two, to fix the problem, if you have it, what we want to do is we want to stretch the overactivated muscles and we want to strengthen the underactivated muscles. So the point of this video is to provide you guys with some solutions to the problems that you're having, especially these days. Everybody is sitting most of the time, so I hope that this video is helpful. So let's start with some exercises. First, let's focus on the stretches. What we want to do is we want to stretch, so the ones that were overactivated, the chest, the deltoids, sometimes you elevate your shoulders, so that would be the superior trapezoids, and we also want to stretch the psoas. Okay, so let me show you some of the stretches that you can do. First, we want to stretch the chest first, because that's one that's really overactivated. So try to find a pole or a bar, or if you don't, a wall is fine as well. What you want to do is hold that bar or that pole, or put the hand against that wall. And what you want to do here is turn around the other way and really try to stretch the chest. You should really feel it. So you don't necessarily have to have a straight arm. You can also have a bent arm, but it's up to you to feel it out. Try to see, you can also put your hand here on the chest to feel it getting tightened. That's good. So you want to stretch it out. Don't go too far. You don't want to hurt yourself. And just stay there for like 30 seconds. So once you're done with that, you can switch to the other side. Do the same thing on the other side. Stretch it out, feel it out, 30 seconds. What you want to do next is you want to stretch out the anterior deltoid, so the front shoulder, and you also want to stretch the superior trapezoid. So what you can do for this, you can put your hands behind your back, okay, strap them. And what you will do is you push your chest forward, try to extend your arms, and then hold it there. Okay, you don't want to have elevated shoulders. That's not what we want. That adds to the problem. We want the solution, so we want to pull them downwards. And when you do this, you actually are stretching this whole upper area, so it's not only the chest, but also the deltoids, and as well the traps. So you do this, pull your hands downward, and then you hold this position for about 30 seconds as well, and that should really stretch out your shoulders. Next level, if you want to stretch it out even more and really focus on the shoulders, we will stay in this position, and what we'll do is bring the hands over yourself. Try to go as far as comfortable. Okay? For me, this is as far as comfortable, but you should really feel it in your shoulders. So that means you should really feel it right there. And if you can go even further, you can bend your knees just slightly. By doing that, you can allow your body to lean over more, and then you can pull your arms further downwards. So you hold that for about 30 seconds as well. We never want to go more than like 35 to 40 seconds. That's besides the point. That just works on flexibility. So then you come back up really slowly. And that covers the chest, the shoulders, and the upper traps. Okay. The next thing you want to stretch out, which is being overactive, is your psoas. And how to stretch that? I have a mat right here because you're going to want to get on your knees. So you get on one knee, keep that leg straight behind you. You want to create a sort of box between your legs, 90-degree angle. What you want to do here, keep your basin so your hips straight, and you want to push this part forwards, just slightly, okay? But you don't want to lean forward, that's not the point. You want to keep it straight, push your hips forward, and you should feel a tightness in here. That is your psoas. It's attaching the lower back to your leg. So that right there is being stretched. So you want to push it forward very slightly. If you want that extra stretch, if you feel like you're not really feeling it, you can put your arm up, and really push the hip forward. By doing this, you should really feel that extra stretch right here. This is really good, and I recommend everybody to do this. Everybody that's sitting down for the majority of the day. Just do this for 30 seconds, switch your leg. Same thing, I create a box with my legs, my back foot is straight. Okay, I can rest my other arm on the leg and push that hip forward. You feel a nice stretch right here, because I really feel it, so you should feel it. And just hold that for about 30 seconds, and then you can relax. So another stretch I really recommend is the pike stretch, to really stretch out the hamstrings, because those are a little bit as well overactive. So it's good to always stretch these hamstring muscles. So what you can do for this, it's a very simple stretch. Get on your 2 feet, okay? Touch your toes, lean over. At the beginning, you just want to hang there, kind of let your muscles get accustomed to this position. You want to stretch them out slowly. So just hang there for a little bit. If you feel comfortable, then you can try to pull yourself down, or you can try to grab your legs, or you can grab your feet, whatever it is. Try to pull down even further. You really want to relax your neck as much as possible, because you don't want to strain it. Just really let it loose, and just hold this position for like 30 seconds. When you want to come back up, bend your knees very slightly. Come back up by unwinding the hips first, then the lower back, then the upper back, and then the neck is the last thing that you want to bring back up. So now that we've stretched out the overactive muscles, what we want to focus now is on strengthening the underactive muscles. So if you remember, the underactive muscles in your upper body are the rhomboid, the medial trapezoid, and the inferior trapezoid. So how do you work this? You want to do pulling motions, so kind of like rowing motions. And what you can do for this, there are many ways. But I think the best way is if you can find a pole again, or if you have like a bar. I have this kind of fence over here, which I'm going to use, and I set up a towel so I can make the exercise a bit harder. If really you really have underactive muscles, start with just the cage. Put your feet a bit forwards, and you just want to pull towards your back. You really want to activate these muscles down here. So you really want to pull your shoulders backwards. You're trying to strengthen that area, so you just pull like this. Do that for about 12 reps. Then you can rest for about 2 minutes. Do that 3 sets. If you want to make it harder, you can take a towel like I have. Do the same thing, and you can pull like that. Okay. So there's 3 levels to this. You can pull with your elbows close to your body. Okay. You can pull with your elbows horizontally, or you can pull towards your face. So they will work different areas of the back. If you pull with the elbows towards your body, it will be the lower or the inferior trapezoids. If you pull in the middle, it will be more the rhomboids and the medial trapezoids. And if you pull towards your face, it will really focus mainly on the rhomboids. So that's what you can do. So that would basically look like this. It's called a face pull. Okay. Do that 12 reps. If you can go further, do further. And do that for 3 sets with about 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between. And that should really strengthen the back. Another really great exercise for strengthening the back is your typical pull-up or your chin-up. Those are honestly one of the best exercises that I recommend everybody to do. You just find a bar, anything that you can hang on from, and you really just want to pull your chest to the bar. You don't want to lean your shoulders forward. You want to open the shoulders backwards. You want to pull yourself up, and that will also really work the underworked muscles. So one of the other underactive muscles that I did mention is your erector spinae. That's basically a muscle that goes from the bottom of your back and it goes up along your spine, attaches to many of the different ribs up here, goes all the way up even to the back of your scalp. So what you can do to strengthen this muscle is called a floor cobra. So you can find a mat, or you can find a carpet, or anything that's comfortable. You want to get on your stomach. So I get on my stomach. You want to put your hands on the sides, okay, with the thumbs facing outwards. And what you want to do here is you want to elevate your knees, your feet, and your hands and shoulders off the ground. So it looks like this. You want to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds depending on your level. So really just hold that. Make sure that your back, your erector spinae is active. Hold that for a few seconds. And once you can't anymore, then you relax. Bring it back down. And then you can rest for about 1 to 2 minutes. And once you're ready, do it again. Bring your knees, your feet up, your hands up. Look straight forwards. Okay? Keep your hands up and the thumbs pointed outwards. And hold that. And once you're ready, come back down and rest. So you can do that about 3 to 4 times. 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between, and that will really work the back muscles, so your erector spinae. The other muscles that I mentioned that are underactive, so those are the glutes. Very important. That's part of your core. If you have underactive glutes, you will have bad posture. You could have You could have a lower. No, forget that. You could just have bad posture. So the way to work your glutes, one of the best exercises is actually bridges or hip thrusters. I think most people know it, or as hip thrusters. And this is what it looks like. So you want to get on your back. Okay. You want to put your hands on the ground next to your hips. What you want to do is make sure that your feet are nicely planted on the ground. Keep your knees straight. And what you want to do is just bring up your hips. And when you bring up your hips, you want to make about a 90-degree angle with your feet. So that's pretty much it. And you want to make sure to tighten the glutes and not your lower back. You should really feel it in your butt. So you can do some reps you do about 12 reps of this. Okay, I know it looks funny, but it's really worth it. And make sure that that butt is tight and not your back. Okay, do that about 12 to 20 reps, depending on how you feel. Take about 1 minute to 2 minutes of rest in between, and you do about 3 or 4 sets of that. And that will really strengthen that butt that is being underactive while you're sitting down. Another great workout that is really underappreciated, that will work your glutes, will work your back, will work your core, will work almost all the muscles that keep a good posture, is a squat. I mean, it's simple as that. Squat is one of the best workouts that you can do. So I recommend all of you to do this. If you're having some kind of back problems, or if you're sitting all day, please do some squats. I mean, you can start by with the chair. So what you can do is you can start sitting down. If you really don't have that much strength to do proper squats, just make sure that your feet are straight, planted over, your knees are over your feet. Your feet are just slightly outwards. And what you want to do here is bring your body forward, keep your back straight. And then what you want to do is just stand up, just like that. Come back down, touch the mat, come back up. Okay? Very simple. Touch the mat, come back up. That's it. So start with that. Once you can do that, about 12 to 20 reps, I would say move on to the standing squat once you get to 20 reps. And here, same thing, you want to keep your feet about shoulder width apart. Make sure that your feet are just slightly facing outwards. You want to put your hands forward. We do this so we can keep good balance. You want to keep your back straight. You want to head down until you're about 90-degree angle, and then you go up. Okay, super simple. There are plenty of videos out there that explain how to do squats. This is the base. Just go down, try to make sure that your knee stays over your toes. Okay, come back up. Make sure that your back is straight. And that's it. If you follow these stretches, if you strengthen those underactive muscles, I swear if you do this for about a week to 2 weeks, you're going to see your posture become much better. And if you focus on your posture while you're working or sitting or watching TV, your back pain is going to go away. Trust me, I used to have back pain a lot. I used to sit all day. I actually have a job that goes from 9 to 6, and I'm sitting all the time. And I would have back problems quite often. And then I did my own research, and then after doing my personal training courses, they taught me so many things that helped me, and this is really what helped me. So there you go, guys. I hope this is helpful. Again, please leave some comments. I read all your comments. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button. It's always helpful to reach more people. And I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.